50-yard field goal right here.
A good 15-mile-an-hour crosswind, left to right. 50-yarder. Go! Go!
Oh!
It looks good, it looks good, it looks good, it looks good!
Yes!
Woo! Nice!
Yeah! On top of the world! On top of the world!
There. Yeah.
After their journey through the mountainous West, the Blue Devils arrive in Minnesota. It is the week of the most important show to date, DCI Minnesota. The drumline, despite their current #1 ranking, has an intensive 3 days of rehearsal before them. The challenge is to continue the accuracy and proficiency of the existing book, while making changes to both music and drill.
So we just got new music last night for the end of the opener. It's going to be more of a battery moment instead of just a snare stick toss thing. Now it'll be a good day for changes, beautiful weather outside. Here we go.
It's all the new stuff. Got it? There is going to be some more solos we're going to talk with the snares about before leading into this. So what he's doing there is it's called 2 heights double stops. I don't know what the hell that means. It's not very impressive. Those are flams.
Those are new age
Those
flams.
were 2 height double stops.
Those are hybrid flams.
Hybrid flams.
We could break it down count by count, but we really only have about 45 minutes left and we've got to get it with the band. You know what I'm saying? So let's really put our mind to the work right now, not rely on the reps.
Last time they were going to the field to learn the drill with this mess.
Hey, quad bases, is it feasible to put this set another couple steps front field, go 2 more steps, be 8 behind the hat? Let's finish it from here, guys. Let's go bases and quads, just go half time, match the snare speed from here.
Changes time.
We woke up to that song.
So I come down the 50, I cut in, and he cuts around. I pass him the stick. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, let's try that again.
Back there.
That was a spin. Too much spin on it.
It needs more flow.
Alright, let's try one more time. Ah, that was bad. Let's try one more time. You ready?
Go.
Whoa, that was terrible, but...
Now I play.
guys.
Come here, catch this. Come here, catch this, ready?
Nope.
With mid-season show additions occurring amongst all sections, the Corps is fortunate to have quality rehearsal time in the stadium they will be performing in tomorrow night. Benefiting equally from this opportunity is the front ensemble, also known as the Pit. From their daily routine to their unique performance responsibilities, the Pit simply does things differently.
The pit is definitely really close because we spend pretty much every hour of the day together.
There's 13 of us in the pit, and we usually only have one instructor in front of us at a time, so the 14 of us spend 3 blocks a day usually together.
We are probably the most random, diverse, loud group of people you could possibly come across.
Yeah, ones.
Everything we do is always together. You know, bathroom breaks are together, eating is together, playing is together.
This year's show demands an attention to musicality and performance beyond what most members have attempted in their past.
This year's show is very demanding in the fact that the Corps is just spread out.
The listening situations, it can be backwards, left, right, you know, you never know because they're always changing drill and the drum line's always moving.
The drum line is so far back on some of that stuff and it's really spread, so it's a big listening challenge.
I felt like you were just a little behind the snares for a lot of that phrase. It took a long time for you to get caught up to the snares from dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 dun. Just try to pick that up as fast as possible because the bigger the adjustment you're making, the harder it is for everyone else to recover from following that adjustment, okay?
The show is so fast and it's just runs for days.
It's really fast and it's incredibly vulnerable.
Show-wise, definitely the most challenging part would be our feature and anti-art.
A lot of our runs end with the rest of the Corps. Like a Corps will have a big impact and it's right at the end of our run and you either end with them or you don't.
The front ensemble staff includes Jim Wunderlich, Jack Mizutani, and Brian Dinkle, each of whom contribute uniquely in bringing this year's show to fruition.
Well, first we have Jim Wunderlich.
He's the one that writes all our music and kind of makes the world go round on the big picture stuff.
Was that good for them that time?
Yeah, and then we have Jack, who's kind of the soul who really perfects our performance.
Half of your mind should be into performance, having a great time. The other half, you want to make sure you play smart.
He teaches you how to portray the music and feel emotion and perform, and he's a huge part of that.
And then with Brian, it's very musically and like the mathematical side of music.
He helps us so much with like dirt, like dirt in the music.
Phil, it felt like the last 2 counts of number 1, you pushed ahead a little bit. And then it kind of was just sliding back towards it, and then it felt like at the very end it pushed ahead again.
It's great to have each instructor bring something different to the table. So with constantly having all 3 of them changing in now, you pretty much cover all the bases.
As the end of the second rehearsal block draws to a close, the Pit is faced with their biggest challenge, nature.
Storm's coming in. And this little tent's gonna blow away.
It says there's more rain.
Let's get rid of all the mics. We're just gonna start breaking down the gear a little bit in case it rains so we can move quicker once we get in there. Because every single one of these keyboards has multiple mics underneath it. Break it down, Pit! Break it down!
Big storm's coming and we're trying to avoid it for once.
Despite the bad weather, the Corps enjoyed their time at the incredible facilities and maximized their rehearsal time in the stadium.
It was a really great day of rehearsal. We're just cleaning up some stuff and making things ready for tomorrow's big show.
So I'm really excited about the Minneapolis show because it's the first time that we get to see the big hitters in DCI.
It's been a big show over the last 3 years, and it's normally where, you know, all the corps get to see each other.
We haven't seen them yet, and we want to see how our shows kind of line up with them, see what they're doing compared to what we're doing, and how our efforts are matching up against theirs.
It's going to be big. It's the congregation of all the corps, and it's really where we show down. Scores don't matter. It's more about actual head-to-head drum corps competition.
It'll be nice to go up against them and find out for sure how we stack up.
The Corps really turned it around at this show last year, really started to go for it, and I'm really hoping for that to happen again this year.
On the next Inside BD360, look for our special edition episode, A Day in the Life, DCI Minneapolis. Full coverage of the day's events with scores and results of the Corps' most important show to date. Then, next Thursday, we return with coverage as the Corps enters Texas and competes at the first DCI Regional, all on Inside BD360, Drum Corps' first weekly documentary series, only at bdmediabox.org.